The following podcast contains strong language and alternative facts. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Heel Podcast. Over the airwaves and under the influence, we are Turning Heel.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Turning Heel Podcast with your host, me, the Grizz. And that is it. That is it this week because I have decided that Chris wasn't good enough, so I've fired him. So, it's just going to be all of you pleasant listeners and me this week to talk of and celebrate our new WWE champion. And let's get rid of that abysmal old title reign that was Jinder Mahal. And he's not even on the pay-per-view anymore, so we don't need to be subjected to any of that bullcrap. So, a plethora of stuff we have for you here tonight. And I say we, and I mean me, just me. Don't know where Chris is anymore. Don't know. He may be crying into his pillow. No, he's been fired, and it's just me. So, first things first. Sip of cider for the working man. So, Survivor Series this Sunday. You excited? You better be, because you better know I am. It's going to be an action-packed weekend of wrestling this weekend, considering ICW is running two shows this weekend, and there's a GPWA show under the ICW banner. But, so that Survivor Series, NXT, is going to be something strange, something amazing, something wrestling. So, we're going to start the festivities here today with the interesting news that is Sawyer Fulton being released. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember him either. Apparently, it was part of Sanity for the first day or two that they were a thing, and so he's gone now. Apparently, he was injured and was wanting to come back, but WWE were like, "Well, no, you were kind of useless anyway, so." Bye-bye. Also, the one time that I met him at Download, he was a bit up himself. Couldn't give a fuck about me and anybody. It's like, kill. You'll go far. So, he's done. There was also that Chinese wrestler. I cannot remember his name right now, sorry. But he's also gone, although he did have to leave due to injury, I believe it was. So that kind of sucks for him, because apparently WWE were thinking that he was going to be pretty big and did not end up living to the potential. I don't know if it's because of the injury or just he wasn't as good as WWE were hoping he was going to be, but you never know. But you know what? NXT War Games this Sunday. This is going to be interesting stuff. So, we will, I say we, I mean me. Gotta get used to just saying me again. What the hell? What the hell are you doing here? Get my studio?
Have you actually started? Yeah, I can see it's recording, but I didn't know you were talking about. We had an accident downstairs involving lots of ice.
I heard. I was just kidding. He's not fired. He's here. It's Chris motherfucking Hughes.
Howdy.
I got bored of waiting. Plus, we have a little bit of time constraint, so I decided.
Time constraint. We've still got.
I decided to start without you.
Took it around 15 minutes.
I know. I was hoping to go for at least 2 hours and all the shit we need to talk about.
I don't think there's that much.
Why?
Like, I genuinely just don't think it's been that interesting a week.
There's about a million things to talk about.
Right, okay. You can take the reins on this one then.
The Roman Reigns,
The Roman Reigns.
because he's back.
Yeah, I didn't think that was worth talking about.
Well, yeah, you know that you will be talking about that in a little bit when you complain about his promo at the beginning of Raw.
No, I don't think his promo was that bad. It was just apart from the fact that it had the worst mic drop line ever.
We're going to destroy him.
We're going to kick their ass. Mic drop.
Ooh.
Ooh, Roman.
Dun, dun. Roman. Yeah, I clearly need somebody to bounce off on in this show. So, but bounce off of on this show, because it was just me prattling and going, yeah, every 2 minutes, because I was like, need to prevent dead air.
See the down by the riverside one?
Uh-huh.
They did, like, it was just me and myself that did the intro for that. And like it must have took me about 15 minutes of just like kind of partially recording things and then kind of cutting it all together.
Really?
Just to make it sound even remotely decent. This one's probably going to sound horrendous because we haven't done any checks or anything, because you've just went record.
I got bored, and when I heard you drop the thing downstairs, it's like, he's going to be up another fucking 10 minutes now. And so I just clicked record. I was like, oh fuck, right, okay, here we go. Let's just do this. Test.
Anyway, we're starting now.
We've got that much into it. I was just talking about Sawyer Fulton being released and how nobody gives a fuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot he got released.
Bye.
Hey, he tries.
I know, exactly. Nice one.
No one is going to get that apart from us. I love a wee inside joke.
Yeah, that was quite good. He can take his awesome looking wrestling gear and go fuck off.
Yeah.
Na.
Go fuck yourself.
Na.
I was so harsh on Raw.
Hey. Goodbye.
And we just lost the one listener we had.
Please, Robert still listens. He loves us as much as we love him.
That's true. But you're singing, maybe it still freaks me out a little bit.
I'm sure he was probably singing along. I bet you were, weren't you? I
Tweet
know.
us and tell us.
Love you too. Yeah, so I do actually. I have a plethora of things to talk about. I don't know about you, but I have many a thing to talk
Using
about.
Simon Cassidy, Pat?
What?
He says plethora all the time.
Does he?
Yes.
Ew. I have a lot of things to talk about. Right, so.
As he falls silent.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to reach for my phone, but then my booze ended up in my hand instead. So, you know, that shit happens. So, first thing on the agenda, not gender, fuck gender.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
It's not even on the fucking pay-per-view anymore. Go fuck yourself. Glug, glug. Yeah, here's a double sip of cider for the working men who hate Jinder Mahal. Chin chin. Chin chin. Here's to you. Glorious. Or phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah. Although it's cider we're drinking, not Iron Brew.
Yeah, but, you know. Iron Brew stole that from AJ.
Yeah, okay, that's what happened, guys. We'll go
Well, it is. Didn't AJ have it since, like, 2002?
I don't know.
He
Phenomenal's a very Scottish word, no?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, you never hear an Englishman refer to something as phenomenal. It's always a Scottish person. Like, oh, mate, last night was fucking phenomenal, man. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Interesting. So, we will start off with some interesting news. That is a call-up from NXT scheduled to happen. Apparently, it's pretty much concrete at this point, and someone coming from Impact Wrestling coming to the same division, that being the 205 division, these two people that we're speaking of.
Yep.
Hideo Itami from NXT.
Yep.
And Rockstar Spud.
Which is amazing for a guy that's only been wrestling 9 months.
I know.
Seriously, man. Fucking hell.
It's phenomenal.
See?
See? No, that's Alberto.
No.
El Patron.
You just used the word phenomenal.
Did I?
It's a Scottish thing.
God damn it.
You said you just used the word phenomenal.
Oh, well, there we go then. I think it was just in my vocabulary because I used it like literally a second ago.
I suppose words don't stick around your brain that long.
Not really, no.
No.
There's half of times where I'm saying a sentence and then I just kind of stop half the way through because I forget what I was talking about.
I do that all the time, especially in work. I'm talking to customers and I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about, but really I'm like thinking about what I'm going to do after work.
Well,
9 times out of 10 is the pub.
Most of the time when I used to work in your line of work, it was more me falling asleep while in the middle of talking.
Yeah, so, you're drunk.
Yeah, well, hungover. But I used to work for 12 hours back then.
Yeah,
like
fuck that.
12-hour shifts, no. Oh, rough. So, what do you Good idea? Bad idea? That was a little Animaniacs reference for you. Hideo.
I know.
205.
See, Hideo, the ship's kind of sailed on him with me a wee bit. I think I've said this before on the podcast. I'm just kind of like, it's got a bit of momentum behind him twice, and twice he's ended up getting injured. So, Rockstar Spud, I'm totally behind though. Completely behind it.
Will he be Rockstar Spud? Or will he just be Spud? Or will he be something else?
I think he'll keep his name. So everyone else that's gone to 205 Live's kind of kept their name.
True.
Yeah, I think he'll be Rockstar Spud. But WWE will have the budget to actually make him look like a rock star.
But that also brings me on to the next question. Will he be Rockstar Spud? Or will he be TNA Rockstar Spud that has the amazing suits?
No, I think they'll make him Rockstar Spud. I think he'll come out to
be a rockstar again.
Awesome fucking electric guitar theme music, wearing fucking leather jackets, loads of smoke, no pyro.
Nah,
but there'll be loads of like smoke machines and stuff like that. And I actually think you'll be very 80s hair metal.
Nice. Come out to Steel Panther.
Yeah, along those lines. Yep. I'll be well up for that. Make it happen, Vince. We know you're listening.
I know, for fuck's sake.
And also, you should have let Jericho have the fucking shows on his boat.
Yeah.
Prick. Oh, I get seasick.
Oh, bless. NXT isn't even your fucking show, so you don't even need to fucking be there.
Yeah, anyway.
Expect a cease and desist any moment now.
Yep.
Ping! Oh,
cease and desist in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Oh well.
Which is what all the girls say all the time.
Oh, the girls say you're anticlimactic. Now, do you want a bigger penis?
Yes.
Chris, I'm asking you a question.
I fucking responded.
It was a bit of a delay.
What was your thoughts then on Rockstar Spud? Do you think you'll be Rockstar Spud or TNA Rockstar Spud?
See, it's going to be kind of interesting, but he's not been, like, he's been called Rockstar Spud for a long time, but hasn't been a rock star. So, I don't know whether or not they're actually going to go ahead with that part of it. But while he was in TNA for a long time, he was called Rockstar Spud and wasn't a rock star. Like I just said, but I don't know, like, I'd kind of like your idea now of, you know, making him an actual, genuine rock star. And then he could come out and just think that he's better than everyone else because I'm a rock star. And then, that might even be it. Like, try and do it like, you know, Sex Pistols or something like that. Like one of those, like, pure up themselves fucking morons from that time period. Like, oh, I'm a rock star. Look at me. I'm Johnny Rotten. Ugh. No. Like that? No?
Don't ever do that accent again. You sounded like a fucking Beatles. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to say. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm going to pause the recording to tell you what my joke was.
Okay.
But then I'll start it again once I've told it because it's really not one I really should be putting out. So
Okay.
Get in a lot of trouble.
And go. With cats on their face? I can't believe you would say that.
I know.
Oh, fuck, are we recording again?
Is there a medal for not myself saying that, by the way?
Yeah. That was almost as bad as that one time where I was about to say something bad and I was like, no.
Yeah. Fortunately, you won't get... When we have a Patreon, we'll post a joke.
Yes, 3 seconds of you saying cats on their face.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Yep.
All about STEM cats.
Ah. I'm more about pussy.
Grace, you're fired.
Fine, do this. Show your fucking self.
Fine then, I will. Thank fuck he's gone. I can finally talk about good shit. You know, like... Oh, shit. Nothing's good. Why am I even bothering? No one even listens. Perhaps I should concentrate on ghosts. Check out my new podcast at A Haunting Inn.
Right, fuck it. I was fucking listening through the door, and I know that you have nothing without me.
Yeah, I am nothing.
You are nothing. You are nothing without me.
Most of this is getting cut out, by the way.
No, it's not.
It totally is.
The whole thing was hilarious.
No, it wasn't.
It was just hilarious watching you struggle. I went for 4 minutes by myself and fucking nailed it. You couldn't even go for 40 seconds. And you're like, what do you do? It's because you don't have anything to talk about. I've got a list. See? You see that right there? It's called pre-planning. Remember when you used to do that? No, never do. It's been too long. I don't know what's happening anymore.
So, what's next on this fucking wonderful list you've got then?
You just made the list. So let's talk about Raw. That was actually a really good Raw coming from Manchester. So the main event, new tag team champions were crowned.
Yep.
Also an interesting way of how they done it, which I quite liked. Just the bar, literally being in the right place at the right time. And just Sheamus managing to sneak in a sneaky bro kick on Seth Rollins' old coupon while everyone else was distracted.
Was it Ambrose he pinned?
No, I'm saying it was Rollins.
Oh, you're right, it was Rollins, because Ambrose was on the outside. Yeah,
Aye.
sorry, never mind.
Cesaro. Yeah, Cesaro.
Sheamus and Cesaro. Sorry, man, I'm going to love that forever.
Yeah.
I hope it comes back this year. Anyone that's going to New Orleans that's listening to this, we're bringing it back.
Bring it all back to you, bring it all back now. So I thought that was a really good way to, as much as I kept saying, like, I think the Usos versus Rollins and Ambrose are going to be a super good match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still gutted it's not happening, but like, fair dues, it was a good way to get it off them. And now from that we have something else like incredibly good. So we'll get to that when we do the pay-per-view preview in a little bit.
Yep.
But yes, the Shield are back.
They're back.
Mm-hmm.
The original Shield, as they kept fucking telling us on Raw this week.
Oh no, as opposed to the new Shield.
Yeah.
It's like the new Nexus.
Like, no, I kind of got it at first because it's like they made Angle an honorary member of the Shield, but they only had to say it once. They didn't have to fucking say it every time the Shield were being mentioned.
It's just like it makes it sound like remember the Nexus. As I pull back my my waistcoat to reveal my Nexus t-shirt, but then remember the new Nexus. It's still the same t-shirt, but yeah, when CM Punk ran the Nexus. So that was called the new Nexus. Like, they're pure trying to make it seem as if, like, there was a new The Shield. Or the new Shield. And
New Shield sounds like fucking some shitey seaside town in the north of England.
it really does.
Like, take an adventure to New Shield.
New Shield. New Shield. We got sandy beaches with minimum broken glass. The occasional body washes up so you can poke it with a stick. There's only one ride. It's the teacups. There's only about 2 of the cups left that actually spin.
And you can play all the puggies in the world.
If you're over 12.
There are fucking those shitey ones that are like 5p a spin, and the most you can win's a fiver. It pays out the jackpot about 20 million times a day because it's only a fucking fiver.
Yeah, where did those come from?
Get them fucking in like Blackpool and shit. Glasgow Airport's got loads of them as well.
Do you actually win a lot?
Yeah, but you don't actually really win anything. That makes sense.
No.
Because like your chances are if you play it, you're going to get the jackpot, which is a fiver.
Okay.
So,
but if you're putting in like 50p, that's like
yeah, that's good. Yes.
Yes.
But like, see what annoys me about them, right? This is a fucking rant I'm about to go on. They put them by the departure gates, right, for me on the plane. Mm-hmm. And I've got loads of change in my pocket in sterling, and like, say I'm going to Poland or whatever, and fucking it's Lotties I want, not sterling. It's going to get mixed up with all my other money. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just stick it in here. So normally it's like, say it's like 3-4 quid. You stick it in there, excuse to get rid of it, and then you end up fucking leaving with more.
But you need money.
It fucking pays out all the time. You're like,
you need money to come back with.
It's more you have notes and shit. It's more the getting my change mixed up. Especially when I'm drunk trying to pay for something in Poland and I've got fucking a mixture of Polish money and fucking...
Why would you take out your sterling? Leave it in the fucking hotel?
Because as soon as I land, we're fucking landing in the airport, straight to the hotel, dumping our bags, going straight to the pub. So if I've still got my change in my pocket, I'm going to forget my changes in my pocket and it's all going to get mixed up with Polish fucking zloty.
Difficult?
Yes, it is.
Why do you have change of zloty in your pocket?
Because I've arrived in Poland, gone to the pub, bought beer, got coins, put the coins in my back pocket like I always do and got it mixed up with my sterling, and then I'm like, ugh. It's a fucking real issue, okay? This is why the Euro should have happened.
You have a real issue. And with that, let's move on to SmackDown. So, possible injury with the Usos?
They're still advertising the match happening, though.
I think I'm looking at it at this point. I've been Googling it over the past couple of days. I don't think it's a real injury. It just looked really bad. Like, it made it look bad, so that they're going to clearly continue this storyline between Shelton and Gable and the Usos after Survivor Series. Okay. And you know what? This might be a win for Raw, I would say. At Survivor Series, you know, one of the Usos is injured, but they're still gonna give it the good old college try, as people say.
I suppose it would make sense for them to do that, because you don't really want to weaken any of your champions, if you know what I mean, by having them lose. Which is why I feel that, like the thing I'd said to you during Raw, I think it'd be much better if open challenges had been issued. So like Baron Corbin as US champion, as I extend a challenge to anyone Raw wants to put forward to fight me for my US title.
Kind of like what they done last year with the Sami Zayn thing?
Kinda, yeah. But just have that with all the belts.
Yeah. It would be kind of...
You feel you're not getting an opportunity on your brand? We'll give you an opportunity.
We're in the land of opportunity.
Yeah. Not quite, but yeah.
Well, SmackDown say that.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah. So, okay.
Right. And they can maybe have a tournament to decide which mid-carder on SmackDown faces The Miz for the Intercontinental title, and maybe a Battle Royal on Raw to decide who faces Baron Corbin. Stuff like that. Makes it a lot more interesting.
I think it would be
especially considering they can't actually build these feuds on TV, really, because most of the time they're on separate brands.
Yeah.
So they can build wee rivalries around getting the match.
Like, I think it would be a good idea if, like, right, so, like, Baron Corbin's like, da-da-da-da-da, who wants to face me for my US title? See if, like, all of one side just took all the belts for, like, right, so could they do that? Right, Survivor Series is in late November-ish. And then, let's say, by...
Thanksgiving week. It's a tradition. Don't you listen to Michael Cole?
Well, yeah. Survivor Series used to be on Thanksgiving night, every night. Thanksgiving night, every night.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. When it started.
Really?
Yep. It
Interesting.
used to be on Thursdays. It was always Thursday. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is always a Thursday, I think.
So they used to be...
I don't think it's a specific date. I think it's like the 4th Thursday of the month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 3rd Thursday of the month it will be.
And that's why they made it specific. So it was always... It used to be Thanksgiving night, it's a Survivor Series.
Okay, fair enough. I did not know that.
But then obviously when you started getting your Sunday night pay-per-views, yada yada yada, that kind of thing. What we talked about there? Oh yeah, so yeah, what I was thinking was it would be super cool if like one side of the brands, like let's say fucking Raw, just demolished SmackDown, took all of their belts, and then it was like, okay, the next dual branded pay-per-view is the Royal Rumble. This is where we're going to get our shots back to get these titles back, and then just be like SmackDown for a couple of weeks to a month and a bit without titles, but just be like, what do we do? Like, so I think that's a better way to kind of do that. Is to bring your kind of idea into this is like, okay, so over these next coming weeks, we're going to determine the number one contenders for the US title, the tag titles, the WWE title, the women's title. We're going to determine all the number one contenders for these, and see by the time it comes to Royal Rumble, we're going to be ready to take all our titles back. And so Raw's like, look at us, we have like 8 titles.
What I like about it as well, you could kind of do it in two ways. Like, you could either do the either the man or the competitor goes over to the rival brand that they've won the title, or the title goes over. So it could be, let's say, for example, it's Baron Corbin versus Jason Jordan for the US title.
Okay.
Right? Jason Jordan wins, and it might be that means that he goes to SmackDown to defend the US title, so the belt doesn't leave the brand.
Okay.
But it could be that the belt does leave the brand. You could do it 2 different ways.
Right. So that's actually kind of interesting kind of way to look at it, but it's the kind of thing like, see if like, say, Raw superstar Jason Jordan wins the SmackDown US title, like what happens when he loses it? Does he remain on SmackDown, or does he just kind of show back up on Raw after that?
No, he would stay on SmackDown.
All right, okay.
Because the whole point of it is a way to switch people about brands, sort of not season, but you know what I mean.
So it's not just literally another, it's a superstar shake-up.
Yeah, basically it's a way to maybe shuffle some people about if need be.
Because that's kind of what a lot of people have been pissing and moaning about. It's like, why do you have brand loyalty when considering the fact that like people like Alexa Bliss were on SmackDown about 6 months ago? So why do you care all of a sudden about representing Raw so badly?
No, I can kind of see that. I mean, like, if you look at a sportsman, for example, let's say a footballer.
Mm-hmm.
Footballer plays for one club. He plays out his skin for that club. But then another club comes in, offers a lot of money, and he's sold to that club, to that new club. He's going to try just as hard for that new club, because that's all about, that's where they get their paychecks. At the end of the day, paychecks are all that matters.
Okay, when you use that analogy, I can kind of see that a little bit. But at the same time, like when you join a football team or whatever, you don't leave that football team within the next like 4 months when they
You might do.
football shake up.
You might do.
Now, see if football done like a shake up like every fucking 6 months and just everybody change teams. So like
There'd be a lot more fucking money involved. Let's not even joke about that.
that would be excellent. I would love to see that. I would actually follow football for that.
Technically, it happens in America.
Really?
America have the draft system,
Ah, yes, the giraffe system.
which then just relates straight back to wrestling.
Well, so the main event of SmackDown, maybe one of the greatest fucking things I've ever seen, ever.
It was glorious.
No, it was phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. the fucking abomination of 2017, at least in the wrestling world, is finally over. Jinder Mahal is done and is no longer WWE champion.
Thank fuck for that.
It has been a miserable 5 fucking months. AJ Styles is the WWE champion. There's a giant, like, pan of the crowd. Everybody's cheering, except this one Indian guy. Don't spoil shit on Facebook.
Yeah, don't spoil shit on Facebook.
Fuck yous. Like, yeah, it's alright if it's a house show, but seriously, see a TV taping. See if you were part of the fucking Walking Dead, and then you happen to be an extra at the point where, like, fucking Johnson dies. See a character?
Oh.
Right. Okay. Johnson dies. Like, would you then just go onto Twitter and be like, oh, just seen Johnson die in the recording of The Walking Dead? No, you wouldn't.
I have access to The Walking Dead a day early before it actually gets released.
I wonder.
I don't find myself fucking posting on Facebook what happened because I'm well aware that 95% of the people haven't fucking seen it yet.
Yeah. Cheers, arseholes.
Yeah. I got a bit wound up about that last week.
Yeah, so did I. Not as much as you, which is surprising because I constantly go on about fucking spoilers.
Spoilers don't normally bother me because see the way I see it. See if something's already been on TV, it's my fault I've not watched it.
That wasn't on TV yet.
Exactly. Like fucking something that's been tape delayed, you're just an arsehole if you fucking post about it.
Yep.
Sorry, but you are.
You are. Yeah, totally. And, like, okay, anyone that's listening could also be like, oh, well, you could just not go on Facebook. And it's like, yeah.
But again, I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
If something's already been on TV.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's your rebuttal again.
Yeah, exactly. More fool me for fucking going on to watch something. Or going on to Facebook before I've watched it. But when it's something like that, which is a pre-tape, and you know only the people in that fucking arena have seen it, then that's just you being a selfish cunt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, there's...
It's this fucking culture we have of people wanting to be fucking fussed with the news over something.
But see, you can't win either way when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I stayed up, I stay up, obviously, every Saturday, an NXT takeover's on, because, you know what, I'm off on Sunday. There's no post on Sundays, everyone learns that from Harry Potter. And, you know, the mail system. But more people relate that to Harry Potter. But, yeah, all of a sudden, I'm the arsehole for, you know, live tweeting or live Facebooking something as it happens. But again, I'm watching it as it happens, so don't come on Facebook. See if again, like, I would feel like the right arsehole if I was at Raw or SmackDown last week, and then as things were happening, I was like, oh, I can't believe that just happened in the tag match. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin won by countout. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
You know, like, giving every little bit away. Like, I say live tweeting is fine because you're watching it as it's happening. But pre-tape stuff, yeah. Like, it goes right back to that whole Walking Dead thing that I'm talking about.
It's a never-ending argument. Like, for me, personally, I still think it's a bit of a dick move posting stuff about shit that's happening. But people shouldn't take fucking umbrage to it. Like, see, like, I see what you're saying. If you're sitting up watching it live and you're posting about it,
so are a lot of other people. And I'm
well, exactly, but I still think even that's still a bit of a dick move.
No,
I don't think people should have to be avoiding social media because people can't keep their mouth shut for 24 hours.
But that's different, though. It's like a Saturday night.
Saturday, yeah, a Saturday night because you don't work Sundays. I could be working Sundays. My work's open Sundays. I don't, but I could be.
See, like, fair dues for that, but, like, you know that, like, what some people are like, but big wrestling fans, and, you know, most of the time they can't get to stay up and watch pay-per-views and all that. So, like...
I mean, I won't fall out with someone if they post something that's happened, because I say, more fool me for going on Facebook, but I still think it's a dick move.
But,
I see, fucking, there's groups, there's all sorts of ways you can talk about shit without posting it publicly. And fucking, like, don't get me wrong, like I've said a million times, it doesn't more fool me for going on to see stuff, right? And that's fine. If I go on and I see a spoiler, fine, that's the risk I've taken.
Yeah, but
I still think people should be less fucking selfish about it and think, oh, wait a minute, I am not the only one that's been able to watch this live or whatever. Fucking most groups that you go into all have a 24-hour rule, right? 24-hour rule. Right, fucking keep your mouth shut for a fucking day. Why is that so hard for so many people?
But see, like, my only argument about that is, like, kind of, yeah, exactly the 24-hour rule. Like, for the most part, there is the 24-hour rule, like, kind of on a lot of places, but that applies to people that are not watching it either. See, as soon as 1 o'clock hits, and you know that TakeOver's about to start, and you're not going to watch it, stay the fuck off of Facebook. Well, we're all going to die. And this has instituted a heat war.
Shut up! Hey!
Jesus Christ. Was that like, like voice activated?
Yeah. It's like, Alexa! You turned it off, didn't you?
No, she's still on.
Alexa!
There she is. Alexa, shut the fuck up.
She doesn't listen
Good.
to you.
No, she actually turned off.
Hey, what's next in your fucking list?
The next part of my list is the fact that there are 2 championship matches that are set for tomorrow on SmackDown that could still continue to change the Survivor Series card.
Yep.
So the first is Charlotte versus Natalia for the women's title. And then the second is the US title, which is Baron Corbin versus Sin Cara. So,
which Booker T potentially spoiled on Raw.
Yes, because he says...
but we just had this discussion. In case people... I don't know. No, by the time we listen to this, it'll be out. Yeah, by then, never mind.
24 hours since Raw happened.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this recording. But by the time it's out, yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Plus, SmackDown will have been out since this
Exactly. Exactly. So
Pass me a cider, bitch.
Pass you fucking... I'm trying to have an in-depth conversation here. Right, so yeah. I'm gonna throw these at you rapid style.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte versus Natalia.
Charlotte.
So Natalia then goes into the 5 women blah de blah.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin Sin Cara.
Corbin.
Interesting. So they're still gonna make it a heel versus heel match.
I think it works in this case because they've done so well between themselves, building it up on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a real fucking shame.
Yeah.
If they've done all this work building it up. Miz cut one of the best promos he's cut ever.
In his life.
Yeah. And if they just decide, I'm going to change it.
Aye, let's put a face in against the Miz.
Yeah. heel versus heel and face versus face works when it's booked properly. And I feel that this has been booked properly.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, actually, it hasn't been booked properly. The 2 people involved in it have kind of done it themselves properly.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's go with that then, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've done literally no booking for it, but yeah. No, actually, I fully much agree. It's just, I'm getting a bit worried in case Sin Cara actually does win.
It is a worry. I don't think he will, though.
I don't dislike Sin Cara or whatever, but
I just can't see them changing another match.
Mm-hmm.
Just given they've already changed 2, potentially 3. I can't see them changing 4 matches.
Yeah, literally every champion versus champion match right now has been fucking changed.
Yeah.
And the other 2 have potential of changing. So, yeah, so, SmackDown is pretty much must-watch tomorrow, must admit.
It is. And it was last week as well, for other reasons.
Oh, yeah, totally. I was really interested in going to watch that show, and then it got spoiled. Cheers, Kenny. So, Impact Wrestling is now paying for crowd members.
Yes. There's a fucking... I don't even want to start on that. Like, seriously? thought it was that.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my.
All right, okay.
That was WWE Champions. Let me know that there was like a little offer or something going on.
Yeah, but fucking TNA paying. Why can this company not just accept it's failed?
Okay, so let's go on to the next point, and then you can just kind of bundle this whole bit of anger of TNA up into one big ball.
Okay.
And that being, not only are they paying their members, obviously they're officially now going to be running from Canada, which means rest in peace, Impact Zone.
Yeah.
The Grizz Pack Zone is done.
Same building that they ran Bound for Glory in, we're going to be using.
Yeah. So, what does that say about anything?
Fucking... It's just sad now.
It really is getting sad.
Like, it really it's just fucking let it die.
Like, look.
So fucking Ring of Honor can maybe get that TV deal.
You know what,
like just fucking let it die, please. Oh, speaking of Ring of Honor, this may actually propel them into second spot. Did you hear that they're launching their own over-the-top on-demand service in early 2018?
Interesting. Ooh, see if it has all the old Ring of Honor stuff.
Yeah, well, the only thing they've said that they're not promising at launch, but they're aiming towards it, is their live shows.
Okay.
Like pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But basically, they've said they're not guaranteeing that at launch because there's so much tech involved in it, and they don't want to put something out that's subpar.
Yeah, you want to make sure that your shit's good.
That is what they're aiming for.
You want to make sure it's good before you provide it to the public. So I think that's probably the best idea, is to say, see, as of right now, don't expect live shows as they happen. But you know what? Maybe by the end of 2018, maybe by Final Battle, ROH's biggest show of the year.
Yeah,
they may have that shit panned out.
That might be the thing that propels them. Oh, they are above TNA anyway.
They're definitely above TNA.
But I think this might be the thing that financially puts them above TNA.
But let's face it, I would probably say that there's probably more people at that ROH show in Edinburgh that a couple of weeks ago than probably was at the most recent TNA show that was in Glasgow.
No.
Well,
the most recent one in Glasgow was the Hydro.
I know, but the Hydro was always half empty.
No, it was a similar size to the ICW crowd.
No, it wasn't. That's
was.
A lie.
I thought it was.
No, but they were completely seated TNA's entire show, and ICW had standing. So they would.
Yeah, no, but still okay, right, okay. That's not the argument we're making here. What you'd said was that there was more at that Ring of Honor show in Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man.
Okay. I mean,
you're talking 1,500 tops at that show in Edinburgh. If it's in the venue, I think it was in.
The one we seen Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks in. Yeah,
that's the venue I'm thinking. Tops 1,500, probably not even as much as that.
Maybe. Maybe I just got a bit excited with that. But no, okay, alright. I'll change it then. Paid to be there. Because I think TNA might have, especially for the last couple of Glasgow shows, which were TV tapings, I wouldn't be surprised if they paid a lot of people to be seat fillers, or give them free tickets or whatever.
I wouldn't say that, to be honest. Here's a crowd shot from TNA at the Hydro.
What year?
That's the last one when they did the TV tapings.
Yeah, but how many of them paid?
I paid. I don't know anyone that didn't not pay. There's probably a lot of comps going about to wrestlers, but fucking... Technically, I did get a comp. I get an upgrade. I got upgraded twice when I went to TNA. But the first one, I was upgraded to ringside, because that was because they hadn't sold enough tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Second time, I was upgraded to a box, which that means nothing in terms of them, because you can't see people sitting in boxes. That wasn't a full space, that was just, it was empty boxes, and we were lucky enough to get an upgrade.
Arseholes.
With their own personal waiter.
Ooh!
Jeeves! Fetch me a beer and my drinking trousers.
What about my fighting trousers? God damn it, I can't believe we can't play fucking music anymore. That was a perfect segue to a fucking awesome song we could have played at the break there.
What?
Fighting trousers. by someone. No, but I'll tell you, and it's wrestling related. There was an SWA show we went to. Dr. Elemental, I think it was called, or Professor Elemental. He's like a British, like very British. I'm so British. Like he actually has a song called "I'm British." Very British, like rapper. It's all a gimmick, but there was a SWA show we went to the same night as a WWE show, and there was about like fucking 30 people there. It was heartbreaking for SWA, and DCT was in one of the opening matches. This was when he was still journalistic integrity.
I love that gimmick.
Coming in the suit, I know, it's a hell of a lot better than the shit he's doing these days. And he just randomly came out to the song once, and it was a pure like, brr, 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 brr. It sounded a bit like Samoa Joe's theme. Like it was like that kind of,
Brr, brr,
brr, brr, brr, brr, brr. But it had that like a pure hip hop beat behind it. And then it was like, what the fuck is this song? And then I spoke to DCT afterwards. I was like, oh, it was this song, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that wasn't the music that I wanted. And I was like, really? Because it really suited you? It almost sounded like you were singing it. And he's like, oh, but I always thought of this other song, and I thought it sounded like me singing it. I was like, no, that was perfect for you. And he never used it again.
Was this that trouser song?
Yes, it was called Fighting Trousers. Sorry. To go and
really back in there, Grace.
Yeah. Nice one with that. No, it's a great little song. So go look for it. I mean, it's called Fighting Trousers. I don't think there's going to be many other songs called Fighting Trousers. In fact, I'm just going to stick it in Facebook there. Fighting Trousers. Yeah, Professor Elemental. I was right.
Okay. We'll listen to it after the show.
Yeah, we shall. It is pretty. It's reet good crack. Right, so the only other thing I have on the list, other than our two previews, which we should quickly do after that, is, if I wouldn't have closed my phone, it would have still been there, was apparently James Storm has left Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, it's almost like someone called that a week ago.
Yeah, I know, totally. You actually fucking genuinely did.
Yep.
Congrats on that one.
Journalistic mind, doing some digging, found out about the contract. Bang.
And the dirt is gone.
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah, so what do you think then? Running the Indies, or is he NXT bound?
I think it's back to NXT.
I think so as well.
Like, apparently, so I heard, like, the second that he left to go back to TNA, apparently NXT says the door's always open for you, so...
Well, I think Triple H is going...
Sorry, I was having a bit of a ponder there, like, I kind of stopped talking, I was
okay.
What if he shows up at TakeOver?
I don't think he will, because it depends when his farewell speech is due to air.
Oh, shit, I didn't think of that.
Do you know what I mean? Because, like, it's fucking, they've taped about 6 months worth of TV, so it could be any time between now and Mania.
He could just show up at WrestleMania and be like, oh, he's just in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and then he wins. It's like, I've been a free agent for the past 6 months, but because I've been on television for another company.
Another company.
Wait, like, so, see when you're in Impact, they say that company up north. So I presume would that be that company down south?
Oh, no, now it's up north again.
Was it?
No, they're for them. They are the ones up north.
Up further north. Oh, so that means like even people that leave WWE and go to TNA, like Jinder will probably end up doing. Jinder can even be like, that company up north, away from the 1.8 billion people of India. I was busy Africa. I got lost.
At least you didn't.
Yeah.
That's both of us did well. I stopped myself saying that really, really funny joke earlier. And you've stopped yourself getting India and Africa mixed up. Well done, man.
I didn't mean to. It was just like, see when you have that thing, like when I was doing the whole spiel and I was about to say Africa, I was like, nope, because that's wrong. Yeah, but like the whole point I was saying is like whenever people are in TNA, they used to always say that company up north, and it's like so they're more north. They're more north now than WWE.
Aye. I think the thing with James Storm though, it probably is more of a case of WWE surely would have looked to that and went, right, okay, TNA's offering more money. Can't really begrudge a guy for taking it. But see at the same time, to me, does that not feel like a colossal waste of money? If TNA were willing to outbid WWE to keep James Storm, then what exactly did they do with him? He wasn't their big draw when he came back. He had his faction and that was about it.
They brought him back to being Beer Money. Beer Money was going to be the big return of TNA at the time when it was TNA. But nobody kept an eye on fucking Bobby Roode's contract. So that expired and Bobby Roode was like, you know what? NXT's fucking calling me. I'm out of here. I'm going to go make some big fucking bucks now. And so it wasn't Bobby Roode's fault. Because
of course not.
You just said that about James Storm. James Storm got more money offered to him by TNA than WWE or NXT did. But now Bobby Roode was on that certain amount of money that he was in TNA, and he's been handed more money, probably not right away, but probably handed more of an opportunity from NXT than he was doing in TNA. So that's why, like, Beer Money, I think, was meant to be their biggest thing, and they were probably going to run with that for, like, the next couple of years or something like that, but it lasted about 2 months. Because James Storm came back, they won the tag titles, they lost the tag titles, Bobby Roode bounced before they could even get the rematch, and so James Storm had it with, like, somebody else that I can't even remember, and it was a debacle.
Yeah.
Then the only other thing was DCC, and that's been about it.
Well, hopefully he does come to NXT and he gets a good run.
Yeah, here's hoping.
So before we wrap up, then let's do our quick fire predictions for the pay-per-views.
Okay.
This Saturday.
If I was a
Sunday,
they'd call me Quick Fire.
Right, so you quick fire NXT to me first of all, then I'll quick fire Survivor Series back to you.
Sounds good.
Go.
Okay. Dark match. Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, UK Championship.
Pete Dunne.
Yep, of course. Let's go down the bottom. Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan.
Cassius Ohno.
Also Pete Dunne for the first one for me. Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream.
Aleister Black.
Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT title. Drew. Right. This one. Wait for it, though. Emberman, Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce. Fatal 4-Way for the vacated NXT Women's Championship.
Ember
Moon. Interesting. I'm torn between Nikki and Sane.
Like, Ember's came too close too many times. Like, she needs to kind of do it now.
Nah. I think it's going to be worse than that. I think she's going to come even closer this time. And she's going to hit, like, Peyton Royce with the total eclipse of the heart. And then, like, somebody else is going to jump her and take the pin.
Possibly. I think one or two things has to happen with Ember. One or two things has to happen with Ember in this. One or two things has to happen with Ember in this.
Go for it.
Either she wins or she loses and goes heel. One of the two.
Or she hits total eclipse of the heart. Let's say to Peyton, then like Nikki like runs at her and then like tackles her at the ring, so Nikki goes with her, and then that's Kairi Sane, prime position. The Sane elbow, or insane elbow, boom, Kairi Sane.
Possibly. I still think
it
Ember.
is.
Anyway, next one.
Right, so I'm picking one of two. And then your main event, War Games, Authors of Pain, Roderick Strong, Sanity, and the Undisputed Era.
Sanity.
Sanity?
Just literally, I actually don't know. Like, Sanity's an educated guess just because they're champions.
Fair enough. I'm going to take the Undisputed Era. Hopefully with new theme music.
Yeah, like, I literally don't know with that one. That is a pure guess.
This is going to be...
Like, my only logic behind going with Sanity there is the fact they're tag champions.
This is going to be interesting, this one. This whole show is going to be really interesting. And incredibly exciting.
I noticed how Wikipedia is already listing the Shield versus the New Day, despite the fact the New Day haven't accepted the challenge yet.
Well, they've already made graphics for it. You've seen it on Raw.
I suppose. Good point. Okay, here we go. Right, Survivor Series.
Yes.
Quick fire on these of you, Grizz.
Pre-show?
Enzo Amore, pre-show, Enzo Amore versus Kalisto.
Kalisto.
I think Kalisto as well. Alexa Bliss versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, whoever that may be.
Alexa Bliss. So that's Natalia or Charlotte.
Yep.
So fuck them both.
Alexa Bliss for me too. Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus the SmackDown / WWE United States Champion, whomever that may be.
So Corbin or Sin Cara,
Yep.
still going with the Miz.
Yep, me too. Team Raw, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and the Game, Triple H.
Fuck you, Jason Jordan.
Versus Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena. In a traditional 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. That was fun.
That was great fun. That's why I'm so jealous of it doing the fucking NXT, because I was really wanting to. All right, give me the female women's
Oh,
one.
holy shit.
What?
Apparently, if you look in Wikipedia, the men's traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series eliminations match thing, now it's blue because it's linked, so you click on it and see the history of that. Even though there has been one previously, there is no Wikipedia for the women's traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. It's not fucking linked.
Interesting.
Let's make a Wikipedia.
Nice.
Anyway, so the women's.
Wait, so no, I was wanting to do the women's. Just I went to one of those.
Oh, I thought you were asking to hear the women's because
Alright.
you were deciding who's going to win. You trying to make your.
No,
This is
right.
the worst quickfire ever.
Okay, so I've done a quick fire. SmackDown.
Okay, I'm going to go Raw.
Okay. So, the next match, the women's traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. It's going to be Team Raw, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus Team SmackDown, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, and Tamina with Lana.
She's fun, isn't
That's super fun.
it? Team Raw for me as well.
Yep. Asuka's going to be the share of everyone.
Yep, I genuinely think it's going to end up like 5-on-1.
That's going to be great.
I think Nia Jax is just going to walk out. That's the best way for her to be eliminated, just to walk out.
Yeah. And plus, like, if Nia Jax potentially walks out, then you don't want Asuka to be kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns versus the New Day.
New Day!
Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Shield. Yeah. The Raw Tag Team Champions, Sheamus and Cesaro.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Versus the Bad Boys from the Penitentiary, the Usos.
Ooh,
Usos for me.
Usos.
Yep, Usos for me.
Because they have better theme music.
The match that I cannot fucking wait for. The Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman, versus the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Who the fuck do you think?
My heart says AJ, my head says Brock.
Yep, agreed. And no Jinder Mahal on this pay-per-view. It's just so... I've never been so happy. Jinder Mahal is no longer going to be shoved down my throat at a pay-per-view.
Well, until he wins the title back.
Don't you fucking dare.
Don't play with my emotions like that.
No, don't you fucking dare. Like, bullshit with shit like that, because, like, that's the last thing we need is you fucking jinxing pish like that. So... That's most of the rundown. Although there was something interesting that I kind of read that I'm just going to take a quick glance at.
I'm going to acquire cider while you're doing that.
You do that. Yes, there it is.
Oh shit!
What the fuck happened there?
A bit of ice fell out the bucket.
Uh-huh.
So I went to put it in the bin and it bounced off one of the cans and it's now, don't know where it's went. So it's just going to melt somewhere randomly.
Well, good. Good for that. So WWE has reportedly cancelled the first of what was 2 scheduled shows in India during December. Tickets are no longer available for December 8th's event, and the December 9th show is now being advertised as a special Super Show. Here's a press release that WWE has issued. Triple H versus Jinder Mahal to headline WWE Live India Super Show on Saturday, December 9th. WWE and Sony Pictures Networks India today announced that WWE Live in India and the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium will now feature one Super Show on Saturday, December 9th, including the return of WWE Superstar Triple H versus Modern Day Maharaja Jinder Mahal in the main event. Tickets are still available at this link. To meet and greet the fans, yada yada. So, they've cancelled one of their dates in India.
So that could explain why they've decided just to take that belt off Jinder. Because
fuck 'em.
They've not sold the tickets, clearly.
Yeah. Like, one would think, like, putting the belt on Jinder, that those 2 shows would have sold out like a motherfucker. And clearly
maybe the good people of India aren't as fucking daft as WWE think they are.
Maybe. I mean, you know what? Maybe they actually enjoy, good wrestlers.
Exactly.
I mean, let's face it. Look at all the wrestlers that came out of fucking Scotland. That have been amazing. And then, yeah. Even Maha Balishira from TNA.
And they still keep fucking signing them.
I know. Even Mahal Balishira from TNA. Much better wrestler than Jinder Mahal. Anyway. Well, that's your
whack.
That's your whack this week.
We have a very quick announcement to make though before we bid you a posy.
I do.
We are very aware that these shows are being put out just as the new week of TV is starting, because you got Raw on Monday, SmackDown Tuesday, NXT Wednesday. So we're going to be changing up how we're doing this again.
Yeah, pretty much. We spoke about fucking last week's Raw and SmackDown today. Even though we just watched this week's Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. So we didn't even talk about the fact that Triple H returned is now replacing Jason Jordan in the Survivor Series match. We just kind of glossed over that during the Survivor Series rundown.
Yeah. So it's not a good way to do things. So next week's episode is going to be slightly later than normal. Because we're going to leave it to later on in the week to actually record it. So we are talking about things that are relevant to that particular week. So going forward, we'll be aiming to have shows out on Sundays rather than Wednesdays.
Yeah, so it just kind of makes more sense. I mean, look, let's face it, look at this episode, for example. Like, we actually watched this week's Monday Night Raw before we started recording. We've not even spoke a lick of it, other than
Because we haven't spoken about anything that happened last week.
Exactly. So we spoke about Triple H replacing Jason Jordan in the Survivor Series team, and that's been literally about it.
Yeah. Well, I say Sundays. Sundays will be the very latest we'll have episodes out. There will be weeks where we can get them out sooner because of the way shifts work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they will all definitely be after Raw, SmackDown, and NXT's happened.
Mm-hmm. And pay-per-views. So
yeah, pay-per-views obviously.
You know what?
And we'll have our episodes out in plenty of time for pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a pay-per-view on a Sunday, I'll make sure the episode's up first thing on Sunday morning, so you've got all day to listen to it.
Saturday night.
Should you want to listen to it. Maybe even Friday night, just depending on when, because we've already set out the times we can record.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happens when we can record early enough that week, it'll be out on the Friday.
It's just, it's literally more things like this specific week that's made us think to kind of change, because like we're doing this on Tuesday, SmackDown is happening tonight, and let's face it, there's 2 matches at Survivor Series.
We're basically recording an out-of-date podcast right now.
There's 2 matches on Survivor Series that are still at risk of changing, and we've recorded a podcast now. So it makes sense that we do this more to the end of the week, where we can get an entire week's television done, and considering the fact that we've only spoke about last week's Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, so we're already talking about a week-old show at this point. Yeah.
Anyway, let's not natter on too much about the behind-the-scenes things. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure people don't care.
So don't miss us too much, because it's going to be a long break between now and our next episode.
Yep. I've been Chris motherfucking Hughes.
I've been the Gris.
Ho!
See! And please come back. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Heel Podcast. And also, don't forget, you can hear our archives on the World Wide Web at heelpodcast.co.uk. Well, that's all, folks. So long. Have a good day.